For all my viewers that are joining me for the first time, this is yours truly, Christine, with Exhibit Africa Inc. And I want to welcome you today as we celebrate Africa Day. Today is May the 25th, and May the 25th marks Africa Day. So I'm going to share some details for those who might be curious, who might not know what Africa Day is all about. I'm going to share a few details about Africa Day. And then after that, I chose, I always like to do my live broadcasts with some music. So, so we can move along with that. So before we do that, I'm going to give you some details about what Africa Day is all about. And then after that, I'll introduce you to some music. So there is a music that I came across on YouTube. But I also I've had this CD. Yes, I have had this CD for quite some time, and I decided to play it in the car, and then realized how beautiful the sounds that come from this CD. So it's a combination of Latin or Spanish and some African vibes. So it's a collection of artists. So I will tell you some more about it before we get to the music. And then after I share that, maybe we could, salsa and for those who, if you know the history of Africa is influenced, like some of our music. We have the traditional music, but we also have the contemporary music, which has been influenced by some of the people that we've had that come in the continent, especially with our colonial past. So we've picked up some of that music and added it and spiced it up with some of African music. So this group that I'm going to share with you is a group that has a combination. It's a combination of Africa and some Spanish and Latin. So, we also, I just think it's important for us to connect with our brothers and sisters beyond the continent. That's why I chose this music. So I'm glad to have you, my Facebook friends, as well as my TikTok friends. This is actually my first attempt I've made to connect with both platforms. But I want to thank you for being here. So let's get started. Let's get to know a little bit about what Africa Day is all about before we get into the music. But if you can just bear with me for a moment. We're gonna dig in and find out what Africa Day. So I went on Wikipedia to get some details about what Africa Day is all about. So here we go. As far as Africa Day, let's go. I'm trying to work with the technology here as fast as I can. So here goes Africa Day. So Africa Day formerly was known as African Freedom Day and All African Liberation Day. It's an annual commemoration of the foundation of the Organization of African Unity, which was formerly known as OAU, which is marked on the 25th of May, which actually was started on the 25th of May in 1963. It's also celebrated in various countries on the African continent as well as around the world. The organization was transformed into the African Union on July 9th, 2002 in Durban, South Africa. But the holiday continues to be celebrated on May the 25th. So I would suggest, if you want to find out more details about what Africa Day is all about and what events go on throughout the world, please take some time, go on YouTube and, get some more information. But for now, that's all I'm sharing because we have such limited time. And actually, I didn't think I would make it, but I'm glad I did. So I'm glad that you're here with me. So, okay, now that being said, now that we know what Africa Day is all about, which is the reason I'm here to share and celebrate that with you, I'm going to give you a background story about this group of musicians, which the band was called Africando, and they put together a whole, they collaborated and put together some beautiful sounds that I'm going to share with you. If we have time, I might share one or two or three. We'll see how it goes. We have about an hour. I hope you have an hour. I hope you have that much time with me because I'm excited to be here and share. I'm excited to share some of that with you. So let's get to know Africando. That's the group. Let's get some backstory and then we'll move on to some of their music. How about that? Once again, thank you for joining me. This is your story, Christine, with Exhibit Africa. Okay, so here we go, Africando. So Africando is a musical project which was formed in 1992 to unite New York-based salsa musicians with Senegalese vocalists. Musicians from other African countries were later included under the name Africando All Stars. Salsa has been a hugely popular style in Central and West Africa since the goal of Africando was to emerge salsa rhythms from both sides of the Atlantic, mainly based on the African salsa tradition. Africando was initiated by a producer, Ibrahim Sailor from Cote d'Ivoire, and a Malian arranger, Bokana Maiga from Fania All Stars. Some of the musicians initially involved were Ronnie Barrow, Pepe Sek, Nicholas Heinemann, and who is also an associate of Youssoundou, and Medon Diallo, formerly from the Orchestra Baobao. Now, if you know, this music this group kind of goes back, so a lot of people might not be familiar, especially if you're from an English-speaking colony, you might not be familiar with them. But I came across with because I've been collecting like a whole a whole pile of music, CDs and all that. That tells you how far back I go. And some of this music I really never got time to play, but having had all this time during the quarantine and all that, I've taken time to go through some of the old CDs or some of the old music, or even on YouTube, to kind of explore on new music and get out of that comfort zone, go out and listen to different kinds of music. I know, like, this music is not actually in English. It's a French. It's a combination of Spanish and some African languages that some of you might understand or may not. But that's the beauty of music. Music transcends borders, transcends languages. It doesn't matter, as long as you get the rhythm, you vibe with the rhythm, you feel the rhythm. I mean, when it comes to African music, and I think music international, it's all down to that. So anyways, let me just continue one more paragraph about the group, and then I'll share some tunes, and you tell me what you think. I'd like to know what you think about this group. Okay, so their first two albums were a big success in Africa and in the world music scene. Singer Pepe Sek died. Unfortunately, he died in 1995. He was part of the collaboration, but he was replaced by Gonas Piero from Benin, who also died in 2005, which is unfortunate, and Ronnie Barrow from the Orchestra Broadway. So for the album Madari, well-known African musicians such as Tabule. Some of you might be familiar with Tabule, especially if you're from Congo or if you come from a francophone country. You might be familiar because a lot of people on the African continent, love Congolese music. So Tabule was part of this album. Koffi Olomide was also part of this album, which is the Madali album, which was done in 2000. Shalif Keita, he's one of my favorite artists right there. Sekuba Babino, Amadou Baleke, and Thione Seck were invited. The new constellation led to the new name Africando All Stars. While in the beginning the songs were Latin American classics sung under Wolof language, all a mix of Wolof and Spanish. Newer songs were African popular music classics redone with Latin rhythms and instruments. With both approaches, Africando was equally successful. So this group was actually successful, and I think one of the reasons was that because they transcended. So the collaboration of artists that were from different parts of first of all, these are two continents, but also different artists from different parts of the continent, and also extending and doing it in Spanish, I think was fantastic, because it kind of reaches the music kind of reached that Spanish audience, Afro-Spanish or Afro-Latin people that are in South America, that are also in North America, also even in Europe. So I think that might be the reason why this album was actually successful. So that being said, I listened to it. I enjoyed it. I'm not very good at salsa or any of that, but I made attempts to dance to it. And I thought, you know what, I have to share. Anytime I come across fantastic music like that or anything that has to do with the continent, I always like to share. So here we go. We're gonna start off with our first song, which is called Gadamasi. Now, if you understand the language, please feel free to interpret or to let us know, or just leave in my comments below. But yeah, let's enjoy this. Once again, thanks for joining me. This is yours truly, Christine, with Exhibit Africa Inc. Happy Africa Day, everyone. Okay, here we go. And please bear with me if things, because sometimes technology gets the best of me. So bear with me. Okay, so here we go. Okay, all right. So this is actually my favorite song. Now the name of this song is called Apollo. All right, here we go. Woo! of my shoes here. Okay, so we're gonna go on to our next track, but before we do that, I just wanna send out. I actually would like to ask you to send out some prayers for our brothers and sisters in Congo. I'm not sure if you've seen the news. If you know what's happened to Congo, one of the bear with me for a moment. One of the volcanoes, which is one of the most dangerous volcanoes in Congo, which is the mountain Nyamirangongo, actually exploded and erupted. I beg your pardon. It erupted or exploded, whatever you may want to call it. And unfortunately, because this mountain is close to a city, which is Goma, and it has people that actually settled there. People were affected. People's houses were people had to be vacated. Some people had to leave. But I was given some information that so far about 30 people have actually died. So I would suggest if there is a way you can connect or find organizations that you can connect with, like relief organizations that you can connect with, and see how you can help our brothers and sisters in Congo, because they had to. It's actually. So if you know Goma, or if you've heard of Goma, it's closed. The mountain is closed. That's the closest city to the mountain, and it's a busy city. Lots of people. So a lot of people have had to vacate and leave their homes and find somewhere else. So they need relief. They need food and all that. So please find organizations or get more informed about that. Find organizations that you can work with, organizations that you trust, or even individuals that you think you can work with to help out our brothers and sisters in Congo. Okay, now that being said, let's continue on. We're celebrating Africa Day. Once again, this is yours truly, Christine, with Exhibit Africa Inc. I'm here to celebrate Africa Day with you. I've already shared what Africa Day is all about, and to accompany that with all that information is some music. So I'm sharing music from a group called Africando, which was a collaboration of African artists and artists from North America. So it's a combination of different artists and different languages. It's not in English, but as they say, music transcends languages, borders, and all that. So these are beautiful sounds, so I thought I would share them with you. And I want to say kudos to all my brothers, my Afro brothers and sisters in North and South America. So let's continue on with our beautiful music from Africando. And if you're for all my brothers and sisters, if in North and South America, if you speak Spanish or Latin and you understand the music, give me a thumbs up and let me know how you like it. Okay, so let's carry on. This one is So the name of this track is called Wallow.
Dakar, la Mauritanie, du Sénégal. Il y eut un événement historique, il est question de remémorer. À cette même époque, les Maures avaient tendance à l'esclavage, c'est-à-dire à la captivité humaine. Un mardi, il s'est fait faire dans un village Wallo nommé Ner pour une évasion rapide. Mais, comme à l'accoutumée, ce jour même à Ner, les hommes étaient au champ, les femmes naturellement au foyer. Mais avant l'instant tragique, c'est-à-dire l'invasion, ces dernières ont préféré le suicide à la captivité humaine. Ainsi, à jamais, le village de Ner ne fut soumis à l'esclavage.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was Viwalo. So once again, I want to welcome you to Exhibit Africa Live. This is yours truly, Christine. Happy Africa Day to all my brothers and sisters around the globe. I'm glad to be here sharing this special day with you. I've shared some details about what Africa Day is all about. If you're curious and you're not sure what Africa Day is all about, I would suggest you go online or watch this video, watch this from the beginning. I've talked about that before. So in comparison of Africa Day, I'm here to share some of my favorite African music with you. And today the band that we're sharing or the group is called Africando. They've they've collaborated some music. This music is is in the some African language and also Spanish, and also it involves some traditional African instruments and some different instruments from Europe. So it's an incorporation. They've incorporated different sounds here. It's beautiful music, and it was a good collaboration. That's why I thought I should share this with you. So let's move on to our next track, which. Let's see. So we finished Wallo. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this one here. This is the title of this particular song is called Mario. I've given you some background story about the group. If you want to check them out, you can actually download their music on Spotify, or actually you can check out the rest of their music on YouTube. So the track we're gonna do here is called Mario by Africando. Okay, so I hope you're ready. I wanna thank my TikTok followers for joining me, and I wanna thank my Facebook followers for being here as well. Okay, so it's coming up. Now bear with me if, as I said, sometimes technology is a little bit of a challenge, but I try my best, so bear with me. If there are any delays, but I'm working on it. So let's move on to our next track here. It's taking a little longer, but let's see. Okay, so here we go. Now, some of you have had questions about Exhibit Africa and what we're all about. I would say we have an online magazine which actually talks about Exhibit Africa and what the organization is all about. So if you go to Exhibit Africa online magazine, you find some more information about the organization. Okay.
Monsieur le maire. Amour international. Cardozo Mwamba le Bill Gates. Jasin Zorona, mon ami.
All right. Well, that was a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So let's see. I think we have 15 more minutes or less or more. Okay, so I'm going to share maybe 2 more tracks with you. Once again, I want to welcome you to Exhibit Africa Live with your girl, Christine, yours truly, Christine. I'm here to... I'm excited to be here to share Africa Day with you. We're celebrating Africa Day. If you've just joined us and you kind of curious what's going on here, it's Africa Day today. So May the 25th is when the continent celebrates Africa Day. I've shared some more details about what Africa Day is all about. And in commemoration of Africa Day, I'm sharing some of my favorite African music. So I came across this group called Africando. They are a collaboration between African artists and some Spanish or Latin artists. So they came together and they put together this beautiful music. And I want to dedicate this to all my brothers and sisters on the continent and all over the globe, especially my South American sisters and brothers. Okay, so here we go. We're going on to another track. This is called Colombia Mi Corazón. Colombia Mi Corazón. If you speak Spanish, please let me know what that means. Okay, so let's enjoy this.
Verdoso campo, jardín florido, ponerle de aroma dulce, y las noches estrelladas, bellos días soleados, afrodisíaco y curativo, eres mi Colombia. A veces que llueve, algunas mañanas, también en las tardes, caen gotas de agua. Digo, es sorprendente que a mi piel se siente como el terciopelo. Sanativo eres Colombia, a mi corazón. Sanativo eres Colombia, a mi corazón. Mi Barranquilla. Caliumo, Chipichape. Tesoro de esperanza, así son la gente. En el país que yo quiero tanto, con tu paisaje bonito. Yo canto tus montañas y tus playas cercas, con arenas blancas y rojas, hermoso Colombia. Se ilumina el cielo mientras el sol brilla, la tarde calienta al cesar el viento. Aire azucarado que me has embriagado una y otra vez. Colombia, mi alma dorada de mi corazón. Colombia, mi alma dorada de mi corazón. Colombia, mi corazón. Grupo Africando te dedica esta canción. Yo se lo grito al mundo entero.
Okay, well. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Once again, this is yours truly, Christine, with Exhibit Africa Inc. I'm glad to be here with you today. We're celebrating Africa Day. Africa Day, so I want to say Happy Africa Day to all my brothers and sisters all over the continent. I hope you've celebrated. If not, there's always next year. But listen, there's always reason to celebrate when it comes to Mama Africa. There's always reason to celebrate. I don't think I was ready for this because I had so many other things going on. And for my TikTok followers, we've been busy with Egypt. We've been in Egypt and we're still on our trip on our trip to Egypt. So kind of busy with that, but I also had some other, engagements. But for Mama Africa, I had to be here. So I'm glad to be here. And for you, I had to be here. So once again, thanks for joining me. So we're sharing, as we celebrate in commemoration of Mama Africa, or in commemoration of Africa Day, I'm sharing some of my favorite music. So most of the time when I do live, I like to share some of my favorite things about the continent, especially music. Okay, so today I'm sharing a group called Africando. Now, Africando is a group. I've given some backstory about this group. This group came together. These are African artists. They came together in New York with some Latin artists. They got together and they made these beautiful sounds that you hear. The beautiful sounds that I'm kind of lost. So please, I hope you don't think I'm ignoring you, because when it comes to these sounds like this, I get lost. I get lost, but I'm here with you. So I shared some of those sounds with you, and I think based on the time, let's see, we could have maybe a chance for one more song. But I would encourage you, if you love this music, check them out. I might be actually, share maybe a couple of tracks on my playlist on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel, which is yours truly, Christine P, I have a whole playlist of beautiful things happening on the continent, especially when it comes to sounds. Excuse me. So I might share a couple of songs for you to check them out. But their music is on Spotify, it's on YouTube. If you like it, please feel free to go in and enjoy the rest of it. I'm just here to give you just a taste of it. So let's do one more song, one more track, one more song, some of their song, and we'll dance to that. Now, I know some of you might have questions about Exhibit Africa and what it's all about. Actually, if you have a moment, you can go after we're done. You can go on, if you go on Google, just Google Exhibit Africa Online Magazine. We have an online magazine which kind of really gives you a breakdown of what we're all about. And also we have so most of the projects that I do, these projects are not paid for. I don't get paid to do this. So every time I'm sharing any kind of information or put up I'm not getting paid for that, okay? So we have an initiative, which is the Exhibit Africa Ubuntu initiative. So through that initiative, I like to do projects like this, projects where I can share information about the continent, especially useful information that we need to know, because there's a whole lot of misconceptions about Africa. Okay, so with this initiative, it actually allows me to take time and share some information and also share some music, just highlight, and I hope that actually intrigues your interest or your intrigues your desire to find out more about the continent. But if you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'm open to that. And yes, check out our online magazine if you want to know more about Exhibit Africa. So let's move on to our last track. Let's see which one. Okay, let's see which one it's gonna be. They have quite a collection of beautiful music that is kind of hard to select. It's tough for me to choose because I've listened to most of their music on this album, particularly the Africando album. I've listened to a lot of music, so it's been a little kind of challenging for me to decide on which music to play. But let's do this one. Let's do Song 4 by Sekubo Bambino. Okay, all right. So Thank you. I'm really grateful. I wanna thank you for those who've made an effort to join me, and I hopefully will do this again. It takes a little bit of time and effort to make this happen, but I don't mind doing it for Mama Africa, and I don't mind doing it for Exhibit Africa, and I don't mind doing it for you. Okay, so let's. We're waiting for our next track. Please bear with me because again. Technology is a little bit of a challenge for me. Sometimes things don't go as planned. But let's see. Let's do this one. Gomba Salsa. Okay, I'm actually breaking a sweat. I'm breaking a sweat. For my TikTok friends, I don't think I made time to answer any questions. That, as I said, when I get to lives like this where music is involved, it's kind of hard for me to... But if you have any questions, please feel free. I didn't make a moment for that, but if you have questions, please feel free. Okay, so here we go with our next track. This is Gombo Salsa. I don't know if we've done this already, but does it matter? The sounds are still beautiful, right? Sounds are still beautiful. So let's carry on. This is our last track, and I also mentioned. So our brothers and sisters in Congo, I mentioned that previously, but I'm going to mention that again. Our brothers and if you heard, I don't know if you heard the news, mountain it's a volcanic mountain, Nyiragongo. Actually, it erupts frequently, but unfortunately, this is one of the times when, so our brothers and sisters have been. People who live close to the city where the mountain is hard to move, and they need relief help. So if you know of any organization or friends or well-wishers that actually are helping, please check them out and feel free to help. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's move on to our next track. I think we've done quite some talking here. Let's move on to our next track. And I think that will be our last one. Bear with me here for a moment. The technology is not dead. Okay, let's see. Okay, just bear with me for a moment, and I do apologize, but it's coming up. If you have questions, unfortunately, my Facebook friends can't connect. We can't ask questions. But for my TikTok viewers, if you have questions, please feel free to let me know. All right. I'm breaking a sweat here, guys. I don't know if you see that, but I'm breaking a sweat. But that's okay. I'll break a sweat for Mama Africa. That's okay. I'm breaking a sweat. Okay, guys, I think we've come to our end of our celebration. This was a 1 hour celebration. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Once again, happy Africa Day to all my brothers and sisters on the continent and all over the globe. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for taking the time. If you have any questions about any of this, please let me know. If you have questions about Exhibit Africa, please go on Google or just Google us Exhibit Africa Online Magazine. Kind of gives you a breakdown about what Exhibit Africa is all about. Okay, I've been your host, Christine, or sometimes someone, sometimes I refer to myself as yours truly, Christine. Doesn't make any difference. Yours truly, Christine. That's the same person. With Exhibit Africa Inc., I want to thank you so much on this Exhibit Africa Live. Thanks for joining me. I had a fun time. I had a blast. I hope you had a blast, and I hope you've learned something today. If you have questions, again, I'm here. Let me know. Okay, until our next live, ciao and take care. All right. Let's see who's going to go first. My Facebook friends or my TikTok friends? Okay, let me find out how I can just say goodbye to you all at the same time. Let's figure this out. Okay, let's see. Let's see how I can say goodbye to both of you at the same time. Oh, okay, how do we do this? How do I say goodbye? Okay, I'll say goodbye to my Facebook friends first. Thank you for joining me. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye to my Facebook friends. They don't want to go. Okay, finally. Now, how do we say goodbye to my TikTok friends? Let me figure this out. How do I say goodbye to you guys? Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, there's gotta be a way.